For centuries, the Aryans, who initially settled in Afghanistan and Punjab, gradually expanded into the fertile plains of the Ganga and Yamuna. These early settlers referred to northern India as Aryavarth, the land of the Aryans. Much like other ancient civilizations, they built their lives around rivers, which were both a source of sustenance and the heart of their cultural and religious activities. The later Vedic period, beginning around 1000 BCE, saw a shift in societal organization and technological advancement. This era was marked by the use of iron, enabling significant agricultural progress. Tools like the wooden plough were enhanced with iron ploughshares, facilitating the clearing of dense forests in the Ganga basin around 800 BCE. This led to an agricultural surplus, which in turn fostered the growth of large rural settlements. Such development necessitated a structured social organization, giving rise to a new division of labor and society. This structured society evolved into the Varna system, dividing people into four primary categories: Brahmins, priests and scholars, the custodians of knowledge and rituals; Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers, responsible for governance and protection; Vaishyas, merchants, artisans, and traders who sustained the economy; Shudras, laborers and service providers who supported the upper classes. Unlike the slave systems of Greece and Egypt that emerged around the same time, the Shudras initially held a more integrated position within the community. They participated in ceremonies and were vital contributors to society. However, with the consolidation of state power and increasing Brahminical dominance, their status deteriorated. Texts like the Ramayana and Mahabharata reflect this shift, as seen in stories of Shambhuka and Eklavya, which highlight the institutionalization of caste-based restrictions. Despite the rigidity of the Varna system, evidence suggests that social mobility was not entirely absent. Stories such as The Son of Three Fathers hint at a more fluid societal structure in earlier times. Over time, however, the caste system became more entrenched, with the peasantry, herdsmen, artisans, and traders, primarily Vaishyas, bearing the economic burden that sustained the Brahmins and Kshatriyas. The enduring nature of the caste system is both a testament to its adaptability and a critique of its inequities. It degraded a significant portion of society, denying them educational, cultural, and economic opportunities. Yet, Indian history is replete with voices of dissent. Great reformers, thinkers, and movements arose to challenge priestly dominance and the rigidity of caste. From Gautama Buddha to Bhakti saints like Kabir, from reformers like Jyotirao Phule to modern leaders like B.R. Ambedkar, these voices highlighted the moral and ethical failings of the system. Even in today's India, the shadow of caste persists. While constitutional measures have sought to dismantle caste-based discrimination, the societal mindset has been slower to evolve. The struggle for equality continues in various forms, with marginalized communities striving for representation and justice. At the same time, the resilience and contributions of these communities to India's cultural and economic fabric remain unparalleled. The story of caste in India is one of complexity, a mix of endurance, reform, and resilience. It serves as both a cautionary tale and an inspiration, urging modern India to remember its history while striving for an inclusive and equitable future. As India marches forward, it must draw lessons from its history, celebrating its diversity while striving for an inclusive, equitable society.